Good afternoon, guys. How's everyone doing on this cold, old, wet Thursday afternoon? Or is it snowing where you live? Where I live, it's been pouring down all day. Not nice weather. I'm a summer person myself. I can't stand the winter. Some people like the winter, but I'm a summer type of a person. Like walking about in shorts, sandals, and vest and things like that. And first of all, let me just start off by saying welcome to my channel, Joey Barnett TV. Let's get me my recording device and my new light, which my missus kindly give me, positioned properly, which I've now done. So thank you very much indeed. And it doesn't suit me when I try and sound posh, so I ain't going to sound posh. It's funny because the other day I was speaking to someone on Vodafone to get an upgrade, and he was from Lancashire, yeah, that way. And after talking to him for around 10 minutes, he was quite a nice chap, a young chap, you know, a sales rep on Vodafone. They try and sell their granny, wouldn't they, half of them? But this one was all right. His name was Lee, by the way. Big shout out to Lee on Vodafone. And yeah, this is the new device.
Sam.
Oh, sorry, my bad. His name was Sam. A big shout out to Sam on Vodafone. Yeah, he was a nice chap, and after talking to him for around 10 minutes, he said, you know, I wasn't going to ask because I felt a little bit dubious about asking, but are you a Cockney? And it made me laugh, and I said, well, I come from South London, if that makes me a Cockney. And he said, oh, that's great, that's great. And, you know, he's couldn't get enough of me, really couldn't get enough of me. And then I started telling him that I've written a book and I've got a YouTube channel, and yeah, started unraveling a few bits and pieces to him, and he was completely all ears with me. And I believe that Sam has now become one of my subscribers. So welcome to my channel, Sam. And also welcome everyone else to my channel who's just landed on the channel. And a big shout out to everyone that's been with me from day one on my journey. And you know you are. There's too many of you. But what I was saying on the last video was I'd rather have like just a few subscribers rather than like hundreds of thousands of trolls, because the few subscribers which I do have are very good loyal friends of mine, and my missus too. And we talk on Messenger, we talk on WhatsApp. My missus has got messenger groups with the girls, and so yeah, it's a really nice platform which I've got, and that's why I don't like putting anything negative on it or bringing anyone negative or talking negative about any other person, because that ain't me, and I haven't set my channel up for this. I set my channel up for awareness. And if you go back onto my page, my channel, on my homepage, you'll actually see that I started my channel 9 years ago. So my channel has been here for 9 whole years. But for 8 of them years, or at least 7 of them years, I didn't upload no content whatsoever. I only initially set my channel up as a test, really, 9 years ago, to see if I could succeed in setting a channel up, one of them ones. And yeah, I forgot all about it for 9 years, and until I started, until I wrote my first book, which is doing well on Amazon, by the way, still. It's called The South London Borstal Boys Towers. And while I'm touching on that subject, even, still got this lingering cough. Hundreds of other thousands of people have got the same cough, just can't seem to shake it off. But yeah, while I'm touching on the book, I haven't give up on my second book, and I'm still actually doing bits and pieces to it. There's 50,000 words into it. I'm undecided of the publishing side of it at the minute, and that is what has stopped me in my tracks at the minute, the publishing side, because of Amazon don't pay good money. Well, don't pay, yeah, good crap money. They actually give crap money, and it's very disheartening after putting blood, sweat, tears, and months and sometimes years into writing a book, and then all of a sudden you end up getting like £3.99 a month or something like that. So yeah, it's that's why my second book is not published yet. But yeah, as it being finished, it's only probably a couple of thousand words away from being finished. I did have someone in mind for the publishing side. One of my good friends, Noel Razor Smith. But at the minute, he's got other things going on, and I believe he's come away from that side of things. So yeah. If anyone knows of any good publishing firms, people like John Blake and people, if you've got any links or anything like that, please put them in the comments underneath, and I'll contact them and see if we can come to some arrangements. I know a few people have offered me to take the book on, and they, do the proof reading and do the all the rest of it, put all the paragraphs in it and put the chapters in it and bits and pieces like that. But he wants 50% of the money and of the earnings from it, and I'm not prepared to pay that. No way in this world. I'd rather just let my leave my book on my computer and not publish it, rather than let someone take 50% of it. So that's the reason why it's not being published yet at the minute, guys. Let me have a quick drink before we go on, because I'm 6 minutes in and I haven't even touched on the subject which I'm going to talk about today. So today's subject, hello Bruno. Bruno's underneath the table like usual. He loves Daddy when I do my podcast. It makes him feel good too, and it does me. You know what they do say? Look, when you're in a good mood, if you've got an animal or a pet, it could even be a cat or a dog. They pick up on it, and it puts them in a good mood. So yeah, Bruno's in a very good mood today. So I'm going to finish this video up in a few minutes' time, but I quickly want to touch on which I'm going to be talking about addiction. It's all about addiction. Now, I was addicted to Class A drugs. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but yes, it was the naughty stuff, and I was addicted for many, many, many years. Probably 20 years of addiction plus, might be 25 years of addiction on one thing or the other. So that's, and how I beat my addiction was, it was like a light switch in my head. It just happened when I got out of jail. It just happened. I don't really know how I got to the point of bringing it to the table and actually putting it to bed. I can't really remember how I got to that point, but what I do remember is it's like a light switch was going off in my head, and it was like a force from above, or someone looking down on me, just saying to me, enough is enough. You've got to knock on the head now. If you carry on the way you're carrying on, you're either going to be dead or you're going to be in prison for the rest of your life. And that's happened to quite a few of my very, very good friends. So I feel very grateful for being here. But yeah, it was just a light switch that went off in my head, what told me that enough was enough. I need to beat addiction, fight addiction. And then I needed to beat addiction. And once I beat the addiction, I needed to then stay clean. So there's a few different procedures what I needed to do. The first one was to say no, that was the end of it. And what went with that was going onto a program, sticking with that program and not touching Class A drugs whatsoever, just sticking to that program. The longer I stayed on the program, the more tools what I gained in my bag, and it just let me know that, I don't need to be spending money on Class A drugs when I can go onto this program and when they're, prescribing to me. So that's when my thought process started to change when I went onto the program. So yeah, anyone wants to have a go at beating addiction, the first thing you need to do is bring it to the table and go onto a program. You cannot do it on your own. It's near on impossible, and probably 8 out of 10 will fail. And that's putting my hand on my heart, and that's telling the honest truth. You need another outlet. You need to be going to somewhere. It could be an NA meeting, it could be a CA meeting, it could be a detox program, it could be an outreach, it could be counselling. There's a number of things what you can choose. and what you can do to beat addiction. And you've got to be very, very strict on yourself, very strict, probably the strictest you've ever been in your life, because to be honest with you, it is the battle of your lifetime. It really is. Once you can beat addiction and put it to bed and stay clean and put it all behind you, you know, you'll know that was the battle of a lifetime. 12 rounds with Mike Tyson, and you know, Mike Tyson at his best probably wouldn't be the same as the fight what it took to actually beat addiction. What I can say is, you know, you've got to ask yourself some serious questions and put your cards on the table and just ask yourself a few serious questions. You know, do I want to carry on in this lifestyle and potentially die of you know, overdose or liver failure or something drug related, paraphernalia? You know, do I want to die that way, or you know, do I want to get clean? And you know, it doesn't matter what age you do it. You might be 20, you might be 30, you might be 40, you might be in your 60s, but the minute you say no and decide that you want to knock it on the head, you know, you get your life back. I've been clean now since 2007 because I got 3 years and a recall in 2007 on a 12-year sentence. That took me up to a 15, and I got out in 2010. So the last time I touched was 2007 and before the recall. So yes, a long time since I've been clean, and I've not relapsed once. At first, I did relapse the first few times when I tried, because everyone does. Don't, you know, if you're going to try and fight addiction, don't beat yourself up at all if you relapse, you know, because what happens is when you relapse, it makes you feel so guilty and so shit in yourself that you've relapsed, that you actually learn from that and you implement that into staying off of the gear. Do you know what I mean? So every bad experience what you have, you know, you spin that around and you use it for your advantage, guys. Big shout out to, as I said, all of my subscribers, and I hope everyone is having a great day. But yeah, you know, I had addiction for many years and I beat my addiction. I'm a living prime example. It can be done. It's not easy. As I said, it's the hardest fight of a lifetime to beat it. And it doesn't matter what type of drug you're on. It's all the same. You know, class A, if you're on heroin or if you're on cocaine, the addiction is inside your brain. There's a little rhyme for you. Cocaine, the addiction is inside your brain. It's not physical. With heroin and the dark stuff is physical. That's another battle altogether. Very hard to get off of. You know, you've got to go onto a program. You can't do it on your own. And the best, if you are on heroin and you're thinking about coming off of it, go onto a program. Either go on to Subutex or buprenorphine, whatever it's called, or methadone, and reduce yourself very slowly. Maybe 5 mil every 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe even 5 mil a month, and get yourself down each month and stabilize until you drop again, until you get all the way down. And when you get the right way down to the bottom, obviously it's not as bad. But yeah, there's no easy way out. And even when you come off of the last little bit, you still withdraw for 10 days, you still stay awake, and you still have the full withdrawals. But it becomes a bit more manageable, a lot more manageable if you can go onto a program, guys. So I'm going to leave this video here, and I might get back at you in a bit. I hope everyone's enjoying my content. Please don't forget to share, subscribe to keep my channel alive. Peace.